From every strand on the line of your reel, to the rods, to the anglers, to the lures on the end of your hook, let's talk about those big bass here on Co-Angler's Corner with your hosts, Rob Welch and John Stoudinger.
Good evening, everybody. I'm John. I'm sorry, Kate and Rob's not here tonight. He's a little under the weather. Wasn't feeling good all weekend, but I texted him earlier. He's not feeling good, so he's taking the night off. Well deserved. I mean, he's covered for me a lot, so time for me to repay the piper, I guess, as you would say. So tonight we have Julia Darbonne on. She fished the LBAA. She's qualified for the Classic again this year, which is going to be on Grand Lake in roughly a month. They're getting right on here, and so let's bring Julie on, talk about her year and what it means to fish the LBAA as well as the Classic. If you guys think about it, type in some comments of where you're at, where you're from. Ask any questions you'd like, and we'll bring her on now.
Hi, John.
Hello, Julia.
Hey. Sorry for Rob's out. Hope he gets to feeling better soon.
I do too.
Yeah.
He texted me tonight, and I told him, I said, well, if you're not feeling any better, just go home, get some rest, and I'll try to fill your shoes.
Take it easy. He can come down here with us and get him some more of this Louisiana weather we're fixing to have. He's probably better off where he's at.
I think he might be.
Yeah.
No, for the people who haven't seen you, I think this is your third or fourth time on our show.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about your background and fishing and what got you started in the LBAA. And
okay. Started back tournament fishing in 2019, and my first LBAA was on Toledo Bend, and I managed to win on that one. So that was my first pro ladies tournament. So after that, the fire got stoked, and it hasn't stopped. I've turned kind of insane with it. So, it's just part of it, the love of it. So I continued with them. And when COVID hit, I backed off a little bit after that. I fished some BFLs. Well, I've been fishing BFLs since I think I started with them in maybe 21, something like that. So I fished, actually, I just fished the BFL on Sam Rayburn this past weekend, the super tournament. And I said, I don't know what it is about these tournament weathers, but you can go out and you can fun fish and just pre-fish and everything go well. But the day the tournament starts, that weather's going to turn nasty. And
Correct.
Sure enough, we had, I think, like 20 to 30 mile an hour gusts. It was white cap. It was horrible all day long. So I ended up not doing well on that one. Didn't qualify for the second day, but it was an experience. It was good. I had a good day fishing. It was fun, even though it was rough as heck. So, but I done a lot of running, covered a lot of big water. So, So I went and got back in with LBA actually this season.
Okay.
And And I mean, I have really enjoyed it. It has been great. I fished some bucket lakes. And so I managed to I fished bull shoals and table rock were both bucket lakes of mine, and totally not used to that type of fishery with the rocks and everything. But I still managed to pull out in 10th. So, so I still qualified for this, and I'm getting ready for the Grand, and I'm excited. I ordered my map as soon as I got home. Yep. Start the map study and just getting ready. Go through tackle and get what I'm going to need and get it all lined out. I'm excited.
That's good. That's good. As you should be. And congratulations on making the Classic as well.
Thank you.
Yes. Tonight's show is a little different because not just because Rob's not here, but we're going to talk more about the LBAA than we normally talk about because we want to try to get some more women fishing it.
Right. Right.
You know, it's a great circuit. And one of the things Rob says is he's impressed with the family atmosphere.
Yes. Yes.
Until you get on
ladies are great. These ladies are great. It's a lot of camaraderie in it.
Yep.
I mean, try to help each other out as much as we can. We're all in it for the same reason. Of course, when we hit the water, it's a different tale, you know. Then we're like, okay, it's on, you know, but on and off the water, it's all good. I mean, these ladies are great.
Yes. Any advice for someone who wants to possibly get into LBAA?
I've talked to a lot of ladies that, you know, they would like to, but they still they're really hesitant. They don't have, you know, they don't feel, I guess, confident into taking that step, either on the coat or the boat, you know, boater side. And I'm always telling them, you know, if you take that step, you won't regret it. You will fall in love with it, and your husband may not be happy, or your partner may not be happy, but you'll be saying, sayonara, got a fish.
And one thing about the LBAA for women is like fishing the BFLs, fish the Opens, fish the Toyotas, 99% chance you're paired with a man.
Yeah.
And so I've had a couple friends, female friends, who couldn't fish because they got paired with a man, and the wife didn't think it was appropriate to fish with a female.
And I haven't had any issues with any of my guys, you know. It's very openly, you know, if we have partners or whatever. But I mean, if they only understood we're out there for one goal.
Yep.
And the only thing that's got our attention is what's under that water, nothing else. I mean,
exactly.
And a lot of the guys, I mean, great guys, great, good, honest, I mean, Christian guys. And I mean, there's nothing ever out of the way or anything. Very respectful. It's a lot of respect both ways. So any lady that's concerned about that, she definitely doesn't have to worry about that, because I can tell you on both sides, we're looking for one thing, and we're looking to catch those fish and bring in a bag. You know,
exactly.
And it's not just a day of fun fishing like you have when you're just off and you're just out there casually having your lunch and having your snack. I mean, we don't eat, we don't stop. We are steadily running. We might grab a snack when we're running, but we're not there to like, I mean, we might catch a big one, high five, something like that, but it's all about the fish. I'm telling you, it is. And it's work. It's working. If they would have loved to have seen how it was, they should have been on the boat with me this weekend, because I caught air a few times. It's rough. And I'm telling you, the next day I was completely just stove up and sore, because it's a lot of work to it. It's not, I mean, it's fun, but it's competitive fun. You know,
it is.
It's trying to get that big one in the boat.
And Kat Harwood says, congratulations on your LBAA win. Be rooting for you and the other WBT ladies. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Cod. I'm actually going on the 28th to Caney Lake because we have their classic. So I'm going to Caney Lake and fish that with those ladies. Yeah.
Do you see there's a bunch of, or a group of ladies that fish both, or?
No, I see. No, not really. I wish there were. In fact, when I weighed in this BFL, Shannon, the director, said, he said, I wish you'd find us some more ladies. He said, we really need the ladies in the sport. I wanted to say, well, I know a whole group that would love to be represented. You know, we can make that happen. But a lot, you know, some ladies just don't feel, and that's understandable. They don't feel like stepping in. I went into BFL. I'll tell you why I started BFL. For the experience of getting in the big water with a more faster pace, and it really has helped with driving skills and everything, and just the competitiveness, because these guys don't play around. So it's I done it for the experience, and I think it helped me a lot. Yeah, but yeah, they would like to have the women, and there are a very few. There's one other lady boater that fished this week with me. She used to fish LBAA, Tiffany Hart, and there was maybe a couple ladies that were co-anglers. but not too many of them get involved with it. You know, they always have the issue about the bathroom issue and things like that, but that's not a problem either. We set those standards right there at the beginning of how we're going to handle this situation, and there's no issues.
Yes. Yeah, I fished with, I'm a co-angler, and I through our New York Federation, Barb Elliott, she's one of the only females up here that fishes.
And she's the one that does the fizzing, teaches the fizzing, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that subject never was brought up. All of a sudden, it was about noon, and she goes, "John, go up to the trolling motor." I'm like, "Okay." I go, "What do you want me to do?" She goes, "Don't turn around."
Yep, that's exactly right. That's what I tell mine. If you gotta go, say I gotta go off the back. If I gotta go, I'm gonna tell you go the opposite way, and it'll take me 2 seconds. I've kind of got it down to a method there.
She does too. So there, no uncomfortableness for me. Mm-hmm. My wife
carry on with your fishing.
Yep.
And I just tell them, don't hook into a big one at this moment. You're gonna have to land it by yourself.
Well, I know as a guy, that's usually when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it was kind of weird because I couldn't fish. Because
I always just tell mine to face opposite and just do not turn around. So normally they will stay on the back, but they will face off the back of the boat.
Yeah.
Totally opposite of me. They'll get on the other corner of me and go off the other side.
Well, we were fishing close to a shoal, so
yeah,
which was fine. I don't mind. We had a good time.
I mean, that normally happens, if at all, normally maybe once a day.
Yep.
So it's not a problem.
Yeah.
And then you just carry on with your fishing.
Yep. Kat says, fish with Julia as a co-angler on Rayburn. Very good boater, handles the skier like a champ, and she wants her co-angler to do well.
Oh, I try caught. We always don't get on the fish, but we usually end up having a pretty good time.
That's it. I tell my boaters I have a couple rules. One is I go out. Two is I come back.
Exactly. It's like the little guy that I fished with this past weekend, his girlfriend was there. We got ready to roll, and I'm like, I'll bring him home to you.
Yep.
Yep.
So
that's what I tell you, that Rayburn was bad this weekend. Yeah. Yep. So that's I think crazy. Out of Rayburn and Toledo Bend, though, I'd rather be bad on Rayburn. You have more room to work with. You don't have to work with on Toledo. So.
You mentioned earlier in the show that on the weekends, tournament days, the weather usually goes bad. You're not kidding. Up here it'll be glass, and then it gets to be Friday, and there'll be like maybe 1 or 2 footers. Saturday it gets to 4 to 6 to 10.
It's a 20, 30 mile an hour gust coming in, and the 4-foot rollers, and it's every time. That's like the LBAA we fished on Toledo. It was horrible. That's the one we almost had the lady that fell overboard.
Yep.
It was horrible, lightning and thunder, and it was just the wind was just crazy. And so I fished those 2 days. On that Saturday, I had a BFL, and it was the same thing. So I picked my up, and after 2 days of fighting it on the south end, we put in it up north. And so when my got in, I said, look, I am not running south. This cove here is big enough. We're going to find something here. And he says, oh, believe me, I don't want to run south either. And only very few ran it because it was bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have a death wish.
Yep. That's it.
But you learn to adapt, and you learn some good skills by handling that stuff, Yeah. And, you got to improve on your safety and make sure you have everything in your boat that you need in case something happens. So, so far mine's been good. Thankfully, I caught air a few times, but I did not spear any waves. I actually ran above 147, and the water was even rough up there. So we're like out in the deep because I was wanting to fish deep because the water was temp was still like up in the 80s. And I got on the front, and that's the only time in front of my bow because that was going boom, and the waves was coming over. Boom. That's why I turned around and looked at the and said, look, this is not working for me. He said, yeah, me either. So we turned around. It was bad. Yeah.
Like,
But no, we're going to Grand, and I'm excited. I've been watching a lot of videos. I watched some old Bassmaster tournaments from back then. I see
Yep.
they got lots of docks. They got the rocks. I've grown a love for the rocks ever since Bull Shoals and Table Rock. I really like fishing that type of water, and I'm surprised that I do, but I look forward to it.
yes.
So I've just been doing all my homework, getting ready for it.
Yeah, if you guys haven't caught the one episode, we had probably an hour and a half show. Julia was on, was our first guest, talking about pre-fishing before you get to the lake, and she has some great advice if you want to go out there and learn how to study your maps, get ready to go for a tournament. So
yeah, I always get those paper maps. I mean,
yes,
they're handy, and you can see things on those that you can't look at that graph. You can go on and you can mark areas, and you can go on your graph. I mean, you can do it on your graph, but you got to sit there and stroll and do all these things. And I do that, but I also get on Google, and I get on Google Earth, and I have some other apps that I look at that I will archive back and try to find one that's slower to find those good areas to go to.
Yeah.
So
nice. So if you're on here watching, let us know where you're from. Rob and I like to know where everybody's watching from, and see what guests we need to get towards your area. But
yeah.
Is this the first classic you've been into with the LBAA?
No, I actually fished. I think it was the lake in Missouri, Truman. I fished that one, and I didn't do well on that one. It got cold. I remember that. It got so cold. It got really cold.
Okay.
And so it was cold. The wind was blowing. I mean, nasty weather as usual, but I think the temperature dropped down to like 29. So yeah, it was freezing. When I came in, there was a little restaurant there, and I remember going in, and I told them, I said, just give me, I don't care if it's hot water, just give me whatever you got that's hot as can be. But yeah, that was some pretty miserable fishing.
Sure.
Yeah. But I didn't do well on it, but I'm hoping, I think this one is going to play off. Yeah. When I fished Truman, I didn't have a whole lot of experience, especially, with going off. I had fished Logan Martin with them, places like that. But when I went to that, I don't know, something about that one just I didn't like. I guess kind of like you with Gunnersville, you kind of got to like, don't. But I'm really looking forward to Grand. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think we're going to be in some good fall transition there at that time.
Well, New York's weather is just like the fall transition right now.
Is it?
Yes.
It's not transitioning right now. I mean,
no.
The water is still like 83, 84 degrees down here. So I'm hoping we've had this little cool front this week, and I'm hoping the cool front helps with keeping this hurricane backed off some, but we haven't, warmed up enough for the fish to actually start really moving in too much.
Yeah. Do you have a cutoff date to go practice Grand?
We actually this year will start our official practice, but we don't really have dead water.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to go up probably the Friday before, start learning the lake and everything, and, doing some pre-fishing then. And then we'll have our 3 days of official practice. And then the 3-day tournament. Yeah. So I think we're looking at, I think Travis and him was looking at doing some rule changing for next year, which is good, because I think it's good to have dead water.
Yes.
Let everybody start off on fresh water. It's all new, So I think it evens up the playing field more.
Yes. And both Travis and Steve have done a wonderful job this year.
Oh, they have. I'm even I can't wait till next year. I can't wait to hit those lakes. Yeah, they picked out some awesome lakes.
Okay. Do you happen to know the schedule off the top of your head?
I may not know the dates, but I know the lakes.
Okay. All right.
The first lake I know is a lake. It's Lake, I may say it wrong, Okiwi or something like that. I've never heard of that lake.
Okay.
But when we're doing Harris Chains, we are doing Lake Seminole, we're doing Caddo Lake, we're doing Bull Shoals again. So that will be Caddo, Bull Shoals, Harris Chains, yeah, like 5 lakes. So we've got one more lake than we normally have. We usually run 4 lakes, but we're doing 5, and I'm excited because that's some more bucket lakes for me. So
Yeah. Okay, nice.
Great.
So what do you think is going to be the top couple techniques at the Classic?
For there, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go with. For some reason, I think spinnerbait's gonna come into play,
Okay.
and then probably a jig.
Okay.
Yeah, with all the docks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody starts throwing a frog either.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no guessing who
My
that
frog
would
box. I've actually got my buzz bait. I'm really look forward to a buzz bait too. So
be. Jen Nolan says, howdy.
hey,
Hello,
Jen.
Kyle Hartwood says, what? Love that. Apologize, Kat.
Get on board and come on.
I keep putting a T in your name.
Yeah, I think, but of course, I'm still going to rely on my good old Cinco too. That's my go-to, so I'll always have that. But I mean, and you might get on some like maybe some jerkbait bites, stuff. So I'm gonna have a little bit, I think, of everything rigged up.
But, I think everybody will.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna look at some good, not any like deep water bites. I think they'll be moved up, transitioned up to at least at secondary points and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good tournament. I just have a good feeling about this one. So I don't know. Really, that's one thing I haven't gotten into because I don't know how big the bass actually get on Grand Lake. So I don't know what the average is. Okay. But I'm going to think it's probably for a 3-day total weight. Ballpark, I'm going to say probably for 3 days, probably around 30 pounds, 35 pounds, something for 3 days, maybe 40. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know about their bass? I don't know how big their bass get. I haven't even looked at that.
I'm not sure.
I think they got like 4s and 5 pounders, so we may be looking at bigger weights than that.
Sure.
So
that time of year, the fish are probably going to start feeding too.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah.
I know they will be in New York.
Yeah. I'm ready for them to start feeding here, but I seem to have, since I moved on the lake, I fish less on it now than I did before I moved here. So I don't get to get on Toledo very much. I'm always gone traveling,
Yeah.
So.
And for those of you who don't know, the Classic tournament is October 9th through the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
We're also, I talked to Elvin, who does our streaming of our shows.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be having we're going to set it up so we can stream the weigh-in live on his channel, on the Wangler's Corner channel.
Cool. That's great.
If
we could get the word out and get more ladies involved. I think when we go more east, we'll hopefully pick up some more ladies over there. For the ones that, that don't want to make that step or just they just got to put that fear behind them. Fear is what's stopping them, because we would love to have them. We would love to see the sport and, for women grow like it should. There's so many out there that love to fish, but it's just taking that step and putting that fear behind you. And once you do, you'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just opening that door and stepping through it.
I have an idea for 26 is how about we try to get some people from the north down and fishing.
That'd be great. I'm hoping we work our way up and fish some North Lakes too. I would love to get on St. Lawrence. Yep, love to.
I could have. We have what, 4 tournaments?
We have 5. We'll have 5.
Yeah, but including the Classic.
Yeah, including the Classic. Yeah.
Let's see. Within 6 hours of my house, I don't even have to leave New York. I could hit Lake Erie, St. Lawrence River, Lake Champlain, Oneida Lake, Cayuga Lake.
That's great, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
You're in smallmouth heaven.
Yeah, I am. And there's largemouth here.
Yeah.
But Heather Paris Broom, I bet you she says hello.
Who's this?
And
Heather. Hey, Heather.
I think she's
There's her champion.
Yeah. I think she's close to one of the lakes for next year.
Yes, I think so. Yep. Yeah.
Sarah Chamberlain says she's top tier.
Thank you, babe. That's my daughter-in-law.
Okay.
I'm
Jen
actually
Nolan
at their house
says-
right now.
What's that?
I said I'm actually at their house right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jen Nolan says, I want to stay south. I don't like being too far north of the 10.
Come on, Jen. Gotta go get this smallmouth.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's a whole different fish in there. I love it. Love them smallmouth.
Yeah. I talk to people about fishing. They're talking about fishing deep in 12 to 15 feet of water, and that's kind of shallow for us up here.
Yeah,
but it's funny. Jen says
freezing.
freezing.
But you know, it's weird because it's a different kind of cold. So
It is.
yeah. Now I don't do ice fishing. I'm out on that.
Same here.
I am not getting out on no block of ice for anything.
The only time I do is to get to my car.
Yeah. My oldest son lives in Minnesota, and they have their freezes, but he says that, they keep the roads up really well and everything.
Yeah, they do.
But I go up there that once, twice a year and go with him, go to Mille Lacs and go fish. And I think next year we're going to try to hit Leech Lake and get that in too.
Okay.
So I look forward to that trip every year. That's my fun fishing trip.
All right. Nice.
So,
Jen Nolan says, if I got to wear shoes, I ain't going. Well, Jen, I got some good news for you. You may, if you watch the Elite Series, there's a guy named Kyle Patrick.
Yeah.
Okay. He's from New York, and he fishes barefoot. So
wow.
he fishes up here barefoot. So you can do it too.
Yeah. Hey, if she can walk on some of the stuff I've seen her walking on,
right?
She can handle anything.
Yeah. A little frostbite's not going to hurt her.
No. Mm-mm. Put on some of the good old snow boots and get out there and do it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I wear.
And if she wants Crocs, they come out with snow Crocs.
Once you catch a fish. Heck.
Yeah, me too. About fishing barefoot. No, come on up.
Yeah.
Little sidetrack there, but it was a good conversation. See, we covered the LBAA quite a bit. The WBT, now, is that pretty much like the LBAA? Just a different...
It started out as one of their federations.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a branch. It's a branch of the LBAA then?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And they're the ones I actually fished with before my first tournament with LBAA. I had went and fished with them on a little tournament on Toledo. And then the director said that LBA was going to be fishing across the lake at Fin and Feather for their tournament. And did anyone ladies want to go fish it? And I'm like, I was in a tracker, a 19-foot tracker. I'm like, yeah, I'll go. Hey, what I tell you about the weather? I got out and I went out that Monday and I fished a little bit and the weather was beautiful. I located some and I had to go back to work. So I went back to work. So I got off in time, to fish the tournament and everything. Well, the day we had a lightning alert and everything, we had to hold up for that. When we went out, it was capping. It was rough. I went out in this little 19-foot tracker with my little short trolling motor. And all I heard was it wouldn't stay in the water. And I'm like, when it would go down, I'm like, I'm holding on to the seat looking at it. And I went, oh, Lord, this is bad. So I told I had a co-angler, I think she was from Missouri. I said, this is not working. So I made and went around the bend. When I got around the bend, the wind, it had stopped it. So the water was calm there and everything. And I looked, and it's probably about 7 foot water. but I seen grass like
Okay.
just under the surface of the water. So I just started throwing that sinkhole across it, and I caught like right under 10 pounds that first day. And next day, same thing. Weather was bad. I had a lady from Virginia with me, and I said, "She know how to swim." I said, "Cause what? Where we're going?" We went back, and the big ones had moved in. So that day, I brought in it was like right at 20 pounds.
Okay.
So I ended up winning that one. Plus, caught big bass.
Nice.
So and my co-angler came in first place as well. So it
Nothing wrong with
turned
that.
out to be a good tournament. And I'm telling you, since then I was like, all I want to do is fish tournaments. I love the competitiveness. I just love it.
Yeah.
It's my stress relief from work. Hey, Carly.
Yeah. Carly Jo Prevette, the youngest angler in the LBAA
Yep.
this year.
She's
And
a
also
beast too.
the
Yep.
co-angler rookie of the year.
Yep. I had her on the boat on Toledo. In fact, I had her on the boat when the weather was horrible. It was bad. We were drenched. I mean, it rained so much, and even with rain suits, we were like drowned out there.
Yeah.
But we kept on fishing.
Are you ready to trade in that Skeeter for the tracker?
Oh, heck no. Let me tell you something. I put that Skeeter to the test this week. I slammed on some waves that, I felt vibrations. I think my poor I looked over and said, "You all right?" I could feel the vibration go through my spine. But hey, that Skeeter handled it. I had some of my lock nuts on my grass. Yep. One of them flew off. It was bad. I was running and I was holding the graph. I said, "We're going to get there."
Yeah.
But that Skeeter held it. I was very impressed. I love that Skeeter.
Sherry Jack says hello and miss you.
Hey, Sherry. I hope she comes to the she is in the Classic, so hopefully I get to see her.
Yeah. And Jen says she's a rock star. Hey, boo. Must be talking about Carly. Yep. Yeah. Carly Jo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Yes. So how far away from the Grand are you?
I think I'm probably about 7.5, 8 hours.
Okay, so it's a pretty good haul for you.
I got a good little haul, but it'd be a good ride. I just got me a new truck, so be pulling it. Won't even know what's behind me. I got me a 3500. So, yeah. So I'm ready.
Yeah. Carly says it was the roughest water she ever fished was with you.
It was rough. Oh, yeah, because I think that's what I think, Carly, didn't your mom say if it's a make you or break you right here? It was bad.
Yeah.
I was like, several times I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. And then the moment it rolls around for a tournament, it's like, okay, let's go.
Yep.
Gear up, get ready.
That's all you can do, right?
It's definitely an experience. If people think going to Disney World and all this stuff is fun, they need to come try our rides. Hey, I bet we can make money doing that. Come on our worst day. We're going to give you a thrill.
Yeah. Carly says, yes, she did.
Hey, she was ready to go too.
Yeah. We have a lake up here called Seneca Lake, and it gets rough. Well, all the lakes up here get rough, but Seneca's about 30 miles long, over 600 feet deep. And my third club tournament I ever fished, I was in a 19-foot tracker with a 150 on it. And we had 5 and 6 footers. I'll tell you what, I shouldn't even have wore clothes. I was so wet.
And it's not bad in the summertime for that to happen because you think, oh, well, I'm cooling off. But wintertime is when you don't want it to happen. That's bad. That's my biggest fear of the time fishing is the winter and the bad water. I actually I went with a couple of companies to try both of their gear out. I bought a suit from Windrider that has the buoyancy in it.
Yep.
And then there's a ladies' clothing, DSG, and they have a ladies' suit that is the same thing. And it supposedly will float, I think it's a 300-pound man for 2 hours. And it's the whole winter suit.
Okay.
So I said, well, at least if I fall in, maybe it'll float me until I can get somewhere, and keep me above water.
Right.
Because, I mean, just the shock of hitting that cold water will take your breath. And once it does, it will take you under.
It does.
You will lock up. You will literally lock up and can't do anything.
Yep.
So
I tried to talk Travis into having the classic up here. October. It's a nice, cool morning.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I bet it would have been. Wait, are y'all getting some snow yet?
No.
I think there's some areas up north that are starting to get a little bit of snow.
Must be out west, like Colorado, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We probably, like where I live, I won't get snow usually until end of December, January.
Yeah.
But we get cold.
Yeah.
There were times where, let's see, day before Christmas or week before Christmas, we were out fishing tournaments up here on boats.
Was it snowing on you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. No. Y'all might can have that tournament. I think I'll watch y'all on TV or something.
I'll tell you what, this was probably 15 years ago, before Gobies came up. And the guy I fished with, the 5-fish limit, we had 19 pounds.
Wow.
Out of 30-something competitors, we finished last.
Wow.
The winning weight was like 32, 33 pounds.
I mean, it's tough though, fishing when it's that cold. I know I went to a wild card up by Knoxville off of Loudon Lake Loudon.
Okay.
And the temperature dropped down. There was ice on the front of the boat, and I ran like 20 miles up river toward Knoxville. The wind was blowing. I couldn't feel anything when I got up there. That's just if you can start catching, then you forget about all that.
Right.
I mean, you're not worried about the cold or anything at that moment. It will distract you and make you forget about everything. But if you're not, and that's all you're doing, and that particular wild card was the worst one. I think that's the one Rob said he was fishing too. That was the worst one ever. Yeah. I froze to death, didn't catch any fish. Not hardly anybody caught fish.
Yes.
I think we had 30 or 40 anglers left before the tournament even started because their pre-fishing was just like horrible. And I spoke with one of the local gentlemen there, and he said, I really hate that y'all are here now. He said, because this is not how this lake normally is. He said, y'all came at the worst time. I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm here now.
Right.
Enjoy the scenery. Yeah. But no, the LBA on Grand, I've had that on my mind. I had that super tournament I had to get through with. I've got the little one-day tournament with the WBT coming up. But my whole preparation has been on that Grand.
Yeah.
So I really wasn't even for BFL. I fished it, was signed up. I went ahead and fished it, but my mind was not on it. My mind's on Grand.
That's like with the elites. If they're in the classic, how do they get those first 2 tournaments out of the way without thinking about that? Just amazes me.
I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, I'm stoked. I'm ready. I'm packing. I'm separating. I'm bringing clothes for summer and winter. I'm coming prepared.
Yeah.
Heather
Paris-Broom says I fished Kiwi when it was blowing snow, and we'll be there in January.
Oh, cow. I'm bringing my heated vest, my heated socks. I'm bringing everything.
Now, I have a friend who fishes all year round up here in Connecticut, and he brings a heater and a small generator with him.
What?
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
That way, if he ties a knot, he can warm his hands up.
I bought one of those neck things that go around your neck.
Yeah.
And those really work well. And since then, I bought the heated vest because my co-angler on Loudon had one of those. And he had I said, you're not freezing to death? He says, oh, no, I've got my vest on. I said, you have what on? So I got one.
You need to go to a store that sells hunting gear.
Well, I did. Well, I got this at Bass Pro. I think it was Bass Pro or Cabela's one.
Yeah.
I got the vest. I've got the socks. I've got the running gloves heated. I'm going to be batteried out. If I could figure out how to rewire it for USB so I could just plug myself into my boat. Or get me one of those blankets or something and wire it for the boat. That way, when I sit down, I can wrap up in a boat. Well,
There you go.
I think is it Phoenix has the heated seats.
Yeah. I think Phoenix and Ranger do.
Yeah.
New ones.
I have to talk to Skeeter. Yeah.
But
We
that
definitely need it.
but that's not that long though. You're only in there for what, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, then you're up fishing.
Yeah. Yeah. But it takes you 30 minutes to thaw out when you get to where you're running to. You got to get fillings. I cannot cast. I can't feel my fingers. And I have to warm them up so I could even start casting. Because let me tell you, I make some horrible casts when my fingers are cold.
Yes. Trisha Payne McGraw has a comment for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Phoenix has heated seats and steering wheel.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm talking to Skeeter. They're gonna have to do some upgrades. I get ready to trade in. I'm gonna tell them I want heated seats and I want a heated steering wheel.
If not, I'm getting the Phoenix.
Jeez, I may have to look into that.
Yeah, but you're down there. You don't need that stuff.
That's the coolest thing. Next thing you know, they'll be having like a little boxed in seating area with it, be heated and everything. Hey, that might be a good idea. Because you only sit there well.
Yeah,
Available
it's
as an upgrade, not a standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would definitely do. I wonder if Skeeter does that. I'm going to check with them. I don't see why they shouldn't be able to. I love my Skeeter. Phoenixes are a beautiful boat. But I love that Skeeter. I just, everybody's got their own preference. And I went from Ranger to Skeeter.
I don't blame you.
Yep. I did. And I looked at the newer ones and I couldn't make myself do it. So I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah. You're not talking about pricing, are you?
Well, no, not pricing wasn't the deal. Maybe if it would have been before 2014, maybe. Yeah,
I 100% agree with you.
the quality's not what it was. No way. I read too much and seen too many people bringing back them 520Rs, cap separation, things like that. That didn't happen in the old days.
Nope.
For the old ones.
I have a suspicion on what's going on, but anyways, we're not here to discuss that.
Yeah, no. I'm a Skeeter convert.
There you go, and you're happy with it.
Oh yes,
except for the seats and steering wheel.
Except for the seats and the steering. Now I gotta have heated seats. I'm gonna have to talk to them.
Maybe they can get like a cigarette light. The old cars had the cigarette lighter in them.
Yeah. Hey, that's the thing. Maybe I could get one of those heating pads and put.
I have the heating pad for my car.
I can use some redneck engineering here.
There you go.
Yep, got it planned. Hey, you're on to something now. I just
See?
have to waterproof it. Like a heating pad.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Rob's under the weather. That's why he's not here today. But he should be here tomorrow for the Co-Anglers episode. But if not, I can't hold down the whole fort, but just my end. Chris Wilson wants to know, what's your heaviest tournament bag and what lake?
My heaviest was my 2-day on Toledo, and that was right at 20, and the other one was right at 10, so it was like 29-ish something pounds for 2 days.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
I think we fished that tournament like in May. So
nice. I'm glad he wasn't asking me.
So hopefully my biggest bag though will be on Grand Lake.
It doesn't matter if it's your biggest bag, just as long as
tournament I've had. Okay,
just as long as it's 1 ounce heavier than everybody else.
Yep. All I need is a increment more.
Yep. Just one extra drop of water.
Yep. Like, don't drain my bag too much.
Right. I'm not going to have any lead in there, but keep all the water you can.
No, that I just don't get that. I don't understand that. Not one.
I don't either.
That is like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you just basically came out and said you have no skills whatsoever.
Yep.
If you got to cheat to win, no, you're not a fisherman.
Exactly.
No.
We'll get back to the LBAA. What do you think makes the LBAA so special?
I guess it would have to be the camaraderie with the ladies. It's a good group. I fish, like fishing with the guys, know them, say, hey, but these ladies really, get together. They room together, things like that. They share experiences, and it's just a good group. I like the camaraderie of it.
Good.
Yeah.
And if you weren't here earlier in the show and seen plenty of our shows, Rob mentions, he went to Gunnersville, even though I don't ever care to go visit that place again. He went he went and watched the LBAA final day, I think it was. And one of the first things he said to me was, John, it was incredible. He thinks every lady stayed there from the time the weigh-in started till the time the weigh-in was over.
Yep.
Watching everybody weigh in.
Yep.
Now look, I
know how I missed him, because I actually hurt my back at that tournament.
Yeah.
That was an experience on that tournament. I really done a number to my back, and I done it like I think 2 days prior to the tournament.
Yes.
So I had I pre-fished one day. I hurt my back. So the next day I took off to let my back rest, but I fished that first day. I didn't know if I was even going to make the second day. I had pulled back. It took me weeks to get my back in. So since then, that's another thing, is prior to this tournament is getting in physically ready for it,
Right.
Making sure you don't injure yourself. So I've been doing some things to try to get my health better. So I feel like amazing. I went on a carnivore diet, and I'm telling you, that diet's amazing. I can't even call it a diet. It's just a way of eating.
That's my style.
The carnivore?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm telling you. Hey, it took the whole lot out of shopping. And you get to eat ribeyes like nonstop. So, yeah.
I don't know if my checkbook would like that.
Well, I figured, though, after I hurt my back, because I said, well, now I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to have to get a spine doctor. I'm going to have to get MRIs. Well, all the money I just saved because this diet, I haven't had back pain since. It literally took the back pain away, and I haven't had it. I fished this tournament the other day, and I was on ibuprofen once a day. I was taking 800 every day. Haven't had ibuprofen in 2 months. And my husband's on it as well. And actually, he was on it a little bit prior to me. And like, he has to take thyroid medicine. He doesn't have a thyroid. So he's been on 2 different thyroid meds for 8 years. They had to put him on the second one because it was max. He went on this diet, and they checked his blood work a couple of weeks ago. They called him on Monday and told him to quit taking the extra one. He didn't need it anymore.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah. So I feel physically 100% like ready to go.
Kat says, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you get, like I said, you get to eat steak all the time.
That's a shame.
I know. I said, well, all the money I saved on MRIs and spine doctors and stuff, look how much meat I can buy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We got something here for you.
Was the
Paula Wilson says, what about gumbo?
Oh, nope. Can't have it. And I don't even miss it, though. Don't even miss it.
They're going to kick you out of Louisiana pretty soon.
Well, I'm already on the Texas line. I'm so close. I'm like 3 or 4 miles from Texas. I can just hop in a boat and run across.
There you go.
Yep. Eat all the meat I want.
All right. Well, you've been on our show a couple times, so I'm going to ask you what your favorite homemade cookie is.
Well, if I could eat cookies now, it's always chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Chocolate chip. I love it. In fact, I bought for my grandbaby, I picked up some Toll House cookie stuff for her. My son said, now, if I cook these, you're not going to eat one? I said, no, I can't eat one. He said, well, you're not going to get mad if I eat them in front of you? I said, no, because I think of all the benefits that's happening with this way of eating. So, nope, eat all you want.
My wife is the same way. I could sit there and eat cookie after cookie, and she'll just look at me and go grab a salad or something. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Kat says, you just lost me there, Julia.
Oh, come on, Cot. Hey, I can cook a mean steak now.
There you go. All right. So we got the cookie question out of the way. Now's our time for you to talk about sponsors, people who've helped you along the way, and, just anyone you want to give thanks to.
Well, my husband putting up with me and my insanity with fishing. He's one of my biggest supporters. Gary Yamamoto at the ranch, they're great people. The resort's coming along good, and so that's looking good there. I've got TH Marine, I got Titan Tungsten, Shred Fin. Oh boy, I have to go down my list. I don't have it with me. But all the sponsors are great. But I'm working on some new things. I'm getting ready to go in for some new things.
Okay.
Hopefully get some bigger, exciting sponsors on board. I'm going to get my YouTube going up for this season coming up. So I'll have everything up going and get my videos started and stuff. So,
well, once you do, head on over to the American Angler Outdoors Network. You can get a streaming channel for next to nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sounds great.
And they can watch it on their phones, and
oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
They can watch Julia 24/7.
24/7. Here I am. You're not saying, get that crazy woman off of here.
But just for everybody out there, our most viewed shows are the women's shows.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. I didn't know that. I have all kinds of things. I have all kinds of ideas. I'm always, I rig my boats. I do all my electronics. I do all that stuff.
Okay.
So I'm fixing to be hooking up some stuff. I'm thinking about doing a YouTube because I'm fixing to change out and put a new GPS and things on my boat. So I may start out with some videos of that, because women can do things too.
They can. When I was in the Army, one of our best mechanics was a female.
Yep. I know a lot of ladies. I know a lady that works actually at Fort Johnson now. It's still Fort Pope to me.
Yeah.
But she was in, I think, diesel mechanics and stuff like that, doing that for years. I mean, it's just outstanding. I took a Yamaha certification course.
Yep.
I did that because I had an HPDI, so I did that so I could learn how to do all my maintenance and everything on it. And so I did it, and I love that kind of work, actually.
Yeah.
I'm a nurse by profession. Been a nurse for 38 years. In fact, that's what I'm getting ready for now. This hurricane coming, so I'm pretty sure we're fixing to get called in for that. But if I had to choose what I wanted to do, it would not be nursing now. I'd rather be mechanicing on a boat motor.
There you go. Now, a little fun
thing.
thing.
That boat motor doesn't complain at all while I work on it.
Little fun fact.
Do whatever it wants.
When I re-enlisted in the Army, I was going to become a nurse. They said you have to spend a year down in Fort Sam Houston, down in Texas. And the women ratio was like 95% women to one man. And, me being a single young man, didn't mind those odds. But I had to take my EMT course.
Yeah.
So during my EMT course, I broke my ankle playing softball. I finished out the course, and we had to go for ambulance ride. My ambulance ride was I was in Germany, and it was a school bus fire on the Autobahn.
Oh,
And I'm like, no, I'm done.
yeah.
I said, if this was men, fighting, I could do, but I can't do it with the kids.
Yeah, that's my weakness too. I said, give me hearts, give me strokes, give me those traumas, but the babies, no,
Yep.
no, that gets to me. That causes trauma right there with me.
Yeah,
that's something I can't deal with. Babies getting hurt.
Paula Wilson.
Lynette Dole, that's my friend that works at Fort Johnson.
Yeah. Lynette.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah. I've been doing it 38 years, and it's not like when I first started out. Things have changed so much, so I'm getting close and getting ready to get out of it.
Yeah, I think every field is that way, though. It has changed so much in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I don't do bedside nursing anymore. I supervise at night on a hospital for the nursing unit. So,
okay,
yeah,
you gonna retire and enjoy fishing a little more?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Retirement and fish tournaments.
There you go.
Fun fish and fish and fish and fish.
And we have a extra room upstairs that has a queen size bed in it and a full size bed that you and your husband can come up and enjoy if you want.
That'd be great. That would be great. I'll definitely take you up on that.
I wouldn't come from end of October till May.
Okay.
So you got April, May, June, July, you got the summer months where you can enjoy it. It's
Sounds
cooler
good.
here too.
That sounds great.
So,
yeah.
Any other questions for Julia? Because we're gonna head out and let her get ready for work or take a break, whatever she wants to do.
Oh, I'm off until tomorrow night, unless I get called in early. But right now they're in meetings about it, getting ready for it. So I'm off tonight, and tomorrow my work week starts. So,
all right. Well, hey, thank you for coming on again.
Thank you. It's always glad to be here.
I'm sure we'll have you on again.
Hopefully as a winner.
That would probably be what, the 10th, 11th, maybe the 13th of October.
Yep. I'm hoping. If the good Lord's willing, he'll make it happen.
That's it.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for coming on, and I appreciate it. We love talking to the women of the LBAA, the WBT, BFL.
Yeah, I wish there's a lot of Mondays I'm working and y'all are already on and I can't get on. There's a lot of that I do miss, but I do try to follow up later on and catch up on.
Yeah. And just to piggyback off of that, we are on YouTube. We are on the American Angler Outdoor Network. You can download that to your phone. It's free. Look up Co-Angler Corners, Co-Angler's Corner. The shows play live. They also on Mondays on the website, and they're also replayed during the week. So,
sounds great.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Safe travels to the Classic.
Thank you.
And enjoy that October tournament.
I can't wait.
All right.
Thank you, John. All right.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. Thanks for keeping in and tuning in with us. Appreciate everybody here watching. Appreciate everybody who watches that show afterwards because, like Julia says, she can't always make it for the show because of work. So we appreciate everybody showing us the love, coming out. Like our channels, subscribe to our Facebook channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel. So you get all the updates and everything like that. We got some new stuff in the works for 2025, and hope to see everybody there. Rob, get well, my friend. Everybody here's just about everybody else asked about you. I didn't put all those comments up. If so, we probably have to do that every 10 seconds. But take care, everybody. Be well. Have a safe night, and see you tomorrow.